Hello friends, we have already done acids and bases in our previous two videos. Before watching this video, I recommend you all to have a view of our previous videos of this chapter, acids, bases and salts, whose link is given in the description box of this video, so that you will be able to differentiate between acids and bases on the basis of their physical or chemical properties. So let's get start our new topic of chapter 2. Chapter's name is acids, bases and salts, and topic is salt. Last topic of this chapter is salt. Next, what is a salt? We have done a neutralization reaction in which acids react with bases to form salt and some amount of water. So salt is formed by the reaction between acid and a base. For example, here is an acid is HCl. This hydrochloric acid react with sodium hydroxide. The sodium hydroxide is a base. This hydrochloric acid react with a base, that is sodium hydroxide, to form a salt. Salt is sodium chloride and water. So this is a neutralization reaction in which acid and bases react with each other to form a neutral compound, that is a salt. So definition of salt is a salt is a compound, that is a compound formed from an acid by the replacement of hydrogen in an acid by a metal. That means we have to replace hydrogen of acid. If we take an acid, then we know that in acid always there is a presence of hydrogen ion. H positive ion is there in acid. So if we have to replace this H positive ion by some another metal, then the compound formed will be a salt. That means if we have an acid HCl and we have a sodium metal, then if this sodium metal replaces this hydrogen, if we replace this hydrogen, so we have to put this Na in the place of H, so it will form NaCl. That means that is a salt. So if a metal is placed at an hydrogen atom in an acid, then it forms a salt. So here is also same. If we have an acid HCl, then it reacts with sodium hydroxide. This is the metal. Sodium is a metal. So this sodium metal replaces this hydrogen to form NaCl. So this NaCl will be a salt. Next is our properties of salt. First property of salt is salts are mostly solid. Almost all the salts are solid with some exceptions. They have high melting and boiling points because they are ionic compounds. This fifth point is salts are ionic compounds. Ionic compounds, that means they are formed with the help of ions. For example, NaCl is a salt. So NaCl that that is composed of two ions, cation and anion. Cation is Na positive and anion is chloride negative ion. So these two ions combine to form a ionic compound, and because of this property that salts are ionic compound, they have high melting and boiling point. Very high temperature is required to melt the solid salts and to boil the liquid forms. They are usually soluble in water because they are polar in nature. As I have told you in my previous videos, that polar means ions. In which ions are formed, that means that are polar. So the whichever substance is polar, that is always soluble in water. As they are soluble in water, that means they conduct electricity in aqueous solution. So these all properties are interconnected with each other. So they conduct electricity in aqueous matlab water solutions. Whenever they are dissolved in water, they conduct electricity. That means electricity can pass through salts. For example, NaCl in water. NaCl इन वाटर, जैसे हम नमक को जो पानी में डिज़ोल्व कर देते हैं, दैट कॉमन सॉल्ट इज डिज़ोल्व्ड इन वाटर. दैट मीन्स दैट इज़ अ कंडक्टिंग इन नेचर. Now next, sixth property is the salts of strong acids and strong bases give neutral solution. now we have two types of acids and bases, strong and weak. So according to their strength, strong or weak, the various forms of salts are produced. For example, the salts of strong acids and strong base. So if we take a strong acid and strong base, then its salt will be neutral, not acidic, not basic, because its strongness neutralize the effect of this strongness. So HCl is a strong acid and sodium hydroxide is a strong base. Whenever these two react with each other, this forms NaCl, that is a neutral salt whose pH is 7. Similarly, if we take strong acid and weak base, if we take weak base but acid is strong, then salts will be also acidic in nature. That means the strong has its power, so it shows in its salts. If acid is strong, then salts are also acidic. So here is an example: NH4OH, ammonium hydroxide, that is a weak base, but it reacts with a strong acid HCl to form NH4Cl, that is an acidic salt that turns blue litmus to red. As it is acidic in nature, so it will turn blue litmus to red. Okay, or then that means the salt of strong acids and weak bases are acidic in nature. Next, similarly, opposite to this point, 7th, here is 8th point, the salts of weak acids and strong bases. If we have strong acids and if we have weak acids and strong bases, then this strong nature will be in the result of this salt. So strong base, that means strong base means basic salt. So that means if we have a strong base and weak acid, then our salt will be basic in nature. Its example is sodium hydroxide, that is a strong base that react with carbonic acid H2CO3, that is a weak acid. Both react with each other to form a basic salt, sodium carbonate plus water. So this basic salt turns red litmus to blue. Okay, so that means if we take strong acid, then salt will be acidic. If we take strong base, then salts will be basic in nature. So now we will discuss many salts in detail. We have done general properties of all the salts. Okay, next we will do salts one by one. So first is our common salt, that is sodium chloride, that is NaCl. Its chemical name is sodium chloride and its formula is sodium is for Na and chloride for Cl. So it is sodium chloride. How it is formed? Its formation is, that is a base reacts with an acid to form a salt, that we have done there. HCl is a strong base, NaOH is strong base that reacts with each other and this produces a neutral sodium chloride salt. So this is the common salt. Its natural existence means that how it be obtained from nature. These are of two types. First is from seawater by the process of evaporation. As we know, seawater is highly equipped with salt, so that salt can be extracted by the process of evaporation. Second is from underground deposits from the bottom of the earth. So it is in the form of rock salt, that is brown color, that is kala namak, that is also extracted from the underground deposits. Next is our uses of common salt. First is naturally, first main, cooking food, improves the flavor of the food. Without salt, the food doesn't get enough flavor, so we have to add salt to improve the flavor of food. Next, second is it is used as preservatives in pickles, used in manufacturing of soap, used to melt ice on roads in cold countries. In cold countries like USA and Canada, if the ice gets stored on the roads, so to melt that ice on those roads, the common salt is used to melt that ice. Next, common salt is used in manufacturing of caustic soda, washing soda, baking soda and hydrochloric acid, that we see in the next portion of this video. So next, our salt is washing soda. Washing soda's chemical name is sodium carbonate, that is hydrated sodium carbonate. That means hydrated. It should be hydrated, not anhydrous. This is sodium carbonate hydrated. That is Na2CO3.10H2O. Sodium carbonate, then 10 molecules of water of crystallization. So its production it takes place in 3 steps. First step is we have to take a brine solution. What is a brine solution? That is cold and concentrated solution of sodium chloride. That is, we have to take major amount of sodium chloride in some amount of water. We have to take the amount of sodium chloride in much more quantity. That means that is a brine solution. And we add ammonia, NH3, water and carbon dioxide gas is passed to form NaHCO3, that is known as baking soda. So its precipitates are formed and NH4Cl is formed. And whenever this is heated for some time, NaHCO3 is heated for some time, it produces anhydrous sodium carbonate, that is Na2CO3. That means no molecules of water are there. So that means that is not washing soda. This is soda ash. And this soda ash is dissolved in water to absorb 10 molecules of water and to get crystallized to form Na2CO3.10H2O, that is a washing soda. That means production of this washing soda takes place in 3 steps, in which first is the preparation of baking soda, second is burning or heating of the baking soda to produce anhydrous soda ash, that is called soda ash. And when we dissolve the soda ash in water, then it absorbs 10 molecules of water to form the crystals of washing soda. Next is its properties. Properties of washing soda, that is transparent crystalline solid, that is formed in the form of crystals at a solid form, transparent in nature. Next, second is it is soluble in water. Third is it is alkaline in nature. Alkaline, that means it is basic in nature, so it will turn red litmus to blue. It is a washing soda, so that means it has some cleansing properties to clean the clothes. Next is its uses. First use as a cleansing agent to clean clothes, other apparatuses or other experiments. Then second is for removing hardness of water. Third is manufacturing of glass, soap and paper. Fourth is manufacturing of sodium compounds, that is called borax, and this borax is used in carpet cleaning. And this borax production is occurring with the help of this washing soda. Next, third is our baking soda. Whose chemical name is sodium hydrogen carbonate, that is NaHCO3, whose production is seen in this washing soda. That is, brine solution is reacted with ammonia and water and carbon dioxide to produce the white precipitates of baking soda. So this is same reaction. That is NaCl, that is a brine solution that reacts with ammonia, high water and carbon dioxide is given to this reaction so as to produce baking soda. Its properties are this is soluble in water, it is mildly alkaline in nature, means its basic nature is very less. Then third is its action of heat. We have done its second reaction. If we heat this baking soda, it produces soda ash. So this is the same reaction. That means it is a property of baking soda that we can prepare washing soda from baking soda. Next is its uses. It has been done in our previous videos that it is used as an antacid to remove the acidity present in the stomach. Then second is it is used in making baking powder, that is used in cakes and breads, and it is also used in fire extinguisher to produce carbon dioxide gas. It produces carbon dioxide gas which is helpful in exhausting of fire, so it is used in fire extinguishers. Next salt is our bleaching powder. So its chemical name is calcium oxychloride. It is calcium oxychloride, that is CaOCl2, also called chloride of lime. It is also called chloride of lime, as lime is CaO So it is CaOCl2. It is chloride of lime. Its preparation is, how is it performed? That is slaked lime. For this we have to use slaked lime, CaOH twice, calcium hydroxide, again reacted with chlorine and to produce bleaching powder. CaOCl2 and water is also produced. So its properties is it is white in color. It has a strong smell of chlorine. Third is it is soluble in cold water, means it is very much easily soluble in water. We have not heat up a water to get soluble. Next, fourth is, if this bleaching powder is reacted with an acid that produces a chlorine gas, that is our actual bleaching agent in the process of bleaching. So this bleaching agent, chlorine gas, is the major bleaching agent for bleaching any textile. So its uses are, first is it is used in textile industry, second is for disinfecting drinking water supply, third is manufacturing of chloroform, that is CHCl3. Next, fourth is for making wool unshrinkable, that is that wool cannot shrink. So this bleaching powder is used for that purpose. Fifth is it is used as oxidizing agent in various chemical reactions in various chemical industries. Next is our last salt is plaster of Paris, that is also known as POP. Its chemical name is calcium sulfate hemihydrate. Hemi, that means half. Calcium sulfate, CaSO4 calcium sulfate dot hemihydrate. Hemi means half, hydrated means water. So it is calcium sulfate dot half H2O. How it is prepared? Calcium sulfate dot 2H2O, that is known as gypsum. So whenever we heat gypsum at 373 Kelvin temperature, it forms POP and half molecule, 1.5 molecule of water is removed, so that is formed our POP. Next is its properties. Its first property is it is a white powder. It is in powder form of white color. Second is it has a remarkable property of setting it into a hard mass on wetting with water. That means if we provide some amount of water to this plaster of Paris compound, it forms a hard mass that is called gypsum. So if you have to store this in the powder form, so you have to store it in moisture proof container, otherwise it absorb moisture from the air, or if one drop of water is given to it, then it will produce a hard mass, that is gypsum, that cannot be converted to this form. So its uses are, first is it is used in hospitals for setting fractured bones. Second is making toys, cosmetics and decorative pieces. As a fireproofing material, for sealing air gaps in apparatuses used in chemistry laboratory. In the chemistry laboratory where there is any problem of air gap in any apparatus, then to seal that air gap, this plaster of Paris is used because of this property, because it combines with water to form a hard mass. Next, its last use is used for making surfaces smooth before painting. When we have to paint our walls, then before painting we have to make the surfaces smooth, so that is POP is done at those walls to make them smooth. Then we have to paint the wall in an effective way. I hope you have enjoyed this video. For more such videos, subscribe my YouTube channel and like and share my videos, so that most of the students can get benefit from my videos. Keep sharing, keep supporting me like this. Thank you.